Welcome back and thanks for tuning in, dude. This video took a long time to make. I wanted to put together my favorite weapons to use in Destiny 2 PvE, but not just favorite because of just me being biased towards liking them, but my favorite because they can get me in situations and out of situations that no other guns are able to do, like these guns can do it. And we'll go over some situations, a lot of detail with the guns. It's broken into a 4-part series. This will be part number 1. We're going to start it off with number 12. The subtle Calamity. So all bows in the game are alright, but there's no bow that can do it like the subtle Calamity, Rampage, and Explosive Head. Once you start proccing the Rampage, this gun will start being able to be used from any situation. You can throw it on the ground, throw it long distance. The type of string and shaft that you use in this bow, it really doesn't matter. I do have it masterworked for a 720 draw speed, and I like it to be at 720 because the less draw speed it has, the less damage it has. So this gives it a nice balance. It's not like the top, pull speed, not the bottom, you can get like 680s and stuff, but 720 it balances out perfectly. And I put a targeting adjuster mod on it as well, so that when I'm running and gunning, it will just lock targets like no other. Under their legs, throw it at the ground between their feet, blow them up once the Rampage starts going. You don't really have to be that accurate with this weapon, because once the Rampage starts kicking in, you can just throw the bow down like landmines and basically throw it between their feet, blow 2 of them up at once, sometimes 3, sometimes even 4, depending on how stacked they are. With the fact that you don't have to really be that accurate and can still kill enemies is what makes this the best bow in the game. It shoots harder than even the Monarch as well, so any bow, you can size it up to this and it won't be able to do shots like this. You can just keep running and gunning until they have just enough health to where a melee will just finish them off. So as fast as you can run is as fast as you can gun with this weapon. Doesn't matter if you're like hitting a knight with it, hitting shriekers with it, hitting yellow bars or orange bars. The explosive head in them hits harder than non-explosives. So it doesn't matter if you're hitting body, crit on a yellow, orange, or red bar. Every shot is going to be more damage than if it didn't have delayed explosive rounds. Have a crowd of enemies, you can blow them up as if you have like a mini rocket launcher almost, or a mini grenade launcher. And then once they get weak enough, you can just pop them all the rest out of the way. Same with these dudes here. Just keep going all in. Got to feint with the shield. You could even shoot their shield and do damage as well. So no matter where you're hitting around or on them, you're always going to maintain some type of damage. Such as these dudes right here. Just throw it down at the feet and watch them blow up. And that's what I love about it, because as fast as I can go, jumping downstairs, I'm still able to hit it with that target adjuster mod. Just pop all those headshots on those far off dudes. There's very little pause time with this weapon. Jumping down the mountain, the entire way it's accurate enough to just keep doing damage and powerful enough to where you don't have to really hit it. That's why it's probably called Subtle Calamity, because with this roll, it really is just subtle kills. Just throw it down wherever. Guy far off here, still got him. Subtle Calamity. Number 11, the Nameless Midnight. Every Nameless Midnight, in my opinion, has to have the explosive payload, because I was so used to using the Year 1 version, and I learned its tactics and how to fight with the Year 1 version, so carried into Forsaken, I still had to have the explosive payload. Any kind of mid-tree perk right there is good, but make sure that it has these 3. Drop mag, explosive payload, and hit mark IS, because what that does is it turns this weapon into a close range weapon and a long range weapon. You can use this hit mark to get better hip fire accuracy, and then also it's masterwork for reload speed, but it really doesn't matter in this situation. I'd probably do stability or something, but it doesn't really matter. The gun is still good. And then an Icarus grip, so if I'm jumping from long distance or short distance, the Icarus grip gives me better target accuracy, basically. So I can just keep popping the ground and breaking all these people up. That increases my chance of survival versus if I didn't have it. You also have orbs that continuously heal you when it's masterwork, and it also does more damage with explosives versus the non-explosives. So you're always doing more bonus damage than if you weren't, and it opens up more opportunities to get into combat scenarios like this, where you don't have to stand, 300 feet away and use it as a boring scout rifle. You can actually get in and have action with this gun and keep running and gunning and still maintain your recovery. If you have a nice build on, you can just still stay alive and still be able to stagger them to where they can't really do much to you. Really fun weapon, like popping popcorn by their feet and hitting them with damage. It doesn't matter if you're falling from the sky left or right. You're aiming it like a scout rifle, coming in, charging with the hip fire. It's always going to be ready and always keeps running and gunning. It's not the most powerful weapon in the world, but it is one of the most fun to use in the game, mixed with its combination of damage and other things. This ogre right here, you can just stay in the combat scene the whole time. Bust him up in the rib cage, take this dude out, throw the nade over there with that random thrall goes to it for some reason. But anyways, yeah, Nameless Midnight, God rolled. Number 10, the Hammerhead. You've all seen my video probably where I talk about this being a god roll for the Forge only. I'm not talking about for the entire game, but for the Forge, having Surrounded and Threat Detector on a Hammerhead is the best roll that you can have if you're playing aggressive and trying to have fun in the game. Like I said, if you're shooting from long distance with a Hammerhead or any machine gun and not getting really into the fight, you're not having that much fun with it. And most people say this isn't a god roll because it doesn't have Rampage or Kill Clip, and I think that's just completely silly when it comes to Forges and having god roll for Forges, because if you're using your machine gun or your heavy ammo in general on ads in a Forge, that means two things. It means you have either a crap build on where it can't keep your maintained recovery up and stuff like that, or two, your primary and secondary are weak choices and they're not able to fight off the ads basically, so you're having to go to your machine gun or your heavy ammo and start blowing away ads like that in order for you to survive. And that's not how I like to play. I like to use my build to its full extent. I like to jump around in combat, get myself in ridiculous situations, and just see if I can survive them. And with this machine gun on the Forges, it's the most fun you can use because you're always surrounded in boss fights. These perks right here don't matter. The extended mag or the hammer forged rifling, those don't really matter. I'm not even going to masterwork this because I only shoot it at one target, and that is at the boss. And like I said, Surrounded and Threat Detector are always procced, and if you're using Rampage or Kill Clip, you're going to waste time to turn to ads to proc those perks and then turn to the boss to only hit 4-second bonus damage, if you can get in the situation to start doing bonus damage, unless you're getting bombarded by ads, which when you have a good build on mixed with Surrounded, you can just basically dodge the ads the whole time and keep Surrounded proc the entire time. And if you main a Warlock, you can also use Luna and just stay alive in the well, you know what I mean? So here it is, Naomi Labs, the first night. This is where I was able to solo bosses in here just by using Surrounded and the Hammerhead, because I'm hitting that 47% bonus damage constantly without having to turn to ads to proc the Rampage or proc the Kill Clip and then try to reload this slow reloading gun. I mean, yes, it has Threat Detector and it helps keep it on target, but the reload of this gun is still pretty slow. But you can see here, all I got to do is exist around these ads just to proc this. I don't have to turn and kill the ads and then turn back to boss to hit my Rampage damage. I can just stay doing 330 rounds of bonus damage just by standing in this well. And I will show situations later of me just dodging ads as if I'm on a Titan or a Hunter or whatever, or not using the barricade, or you know, whatever situation where I'm just basically dodging ads. Here it is here. We got Badlander, we got Better Devils. This is how I like to play in the Forge. I like to stay close to the ads and just get in here until I die, because that is the most fun, in my opinion, you can have in Destiny 2. It's just going in and being a real Rambo in combat and busting these dudes up. I'm hitting 30k on the engine of this dude just by having Surrounded proc and my subclass buffs. Insane damage. It's retarded damage. Now here it is if I don't have any subclass buffs procced and I'm just using Surrounded. You'll see it's hitting 18,149. Now what if you don't have ads to proc Rampage or Kill Clip on? You're going to be hitting 11,694. That's the damage without the Surrounded proc. That's just stock damage. Same as this situation. If you're using Rampage or Kill Clip, there's no ads to kill, you're trying to run and gun and just be, you know, Rambo or whatever, this is what you're going to be doing. It's not going to be enough damage to even break the legs on it, and you're not going to have enough time to swap back and forth to ads and vice versa back to doing damage. But if you have on the Surrounded, you can use your good build, use your dodging capabilities, use your recovery, good strafe abilities, and just mow this dude down with that 9,074, because that's what's really beast in a Forge, is when you can play like that. And if you do have to use it on an ad, same thing here. Just pop it out. You got to pop Surrounded on anything. You just exist around it and start doing that damage. When you can focus on the main target that's giving you any trouble and do bonus damage, that's way better than Kill Clip and Rampage all day. And here's a situation where I was pretending that I had Rampage and Kill Clip. Let's just pretend that I have it, okay? So we popped this ad, we got Rampage ×1. Now we got to reload it, try to get a Kill Clip in here. But we do have the Threat Detector reload, which is basically Feeding Frenzy reload. And you can see it's just not practical to use it like that in any Forge, to try to proc Rampage, Kill Clip, and then go to a boss to hit damage, when you can just do the damage just by existing. That's why it's a god roll for the Forges. Number 9, the good old Valkadon, a favorite of mine from year 1, and I was so happy to get the Kill Clip Outlaw, high caliber round, and hammer forged rifling version of this going into Forsaken. It was a gun that I wanted more than anything because I always felt it lacked in damage, and by having the Kill Clip Outlaw, it really picks this gun up and makes it a freaking beast. It's almost like the Pillager of auto rifles in a way. I wish they would buff it and make it do more crit shot damage and less body shot, but either way, it's more fun on a patrol than it is on anything else. If you take it beyond beyond strikes and patrol, it really doesn't perform that well. I think they need a little bit of a buff on them. Same with the Misfit, but this is definitely the best of the Valkadons you can hope to get. I've had the Rampage Outlaw version as well, but the kill clip, it just, man, I don't know what it is about the kill clip. It just gives it a little more range, a little more accuracy, and once you proc the kill clip one time, you just hold the trigger down and let it just start going to work, as you'll see right here. I like to use it on Dreaming City patrols like this public event, because it's just a wall of enemies, and you'll always be proccing the Outlaw kill clip back to back to back until the fucking weapon runs out of ammo, pretty much. And then the handling masterwork is perfect for it, because I can do jump shots with it and still remain around the crit area. And then right here you see the kill clip get knocked in, and then the range just seems like it's increased for some reason. I really hope to see these get buffed in the future, because I really want to use them in other things besides strikes and patrols. But other than that, it starts becoming a little bit too weak and almost like a waste of ammo. It's more of a fun gun at that point than anything. It's something you're not trying to like seriously complete, but you're just having fun with the ads kind of thing. That's what makes it really beast for patrol. It's almost what I always go for when I come to any patrol on Dreaming City, the Tangled Shore, any planet in space. Just a beast to have, a real fun gun to shoot, and it does a lot of work too, so it's really good at ad clearing. Like, look at the range shots. It's like razor blades just sawing through them. And it's always going to hit the Outlaw at least once or twice during each like kill clip session on it. That's why I like it the most, dude. And that's why it sits at number 9. It's because it's one of my most favorite guns to get, and a weapon that I was longing for since Forsaken dropped. So there it is, dudes. The number 9, the Valkadon kill clip Outlaw. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for part 1 of the 4-part series. Hope to see you guys on the next one. We're going to go over the next 4 weapons. I'm going to show you common combat situations and why they're god rolls for how I'm using them for running and gunning, which in my opinion, like I said a million times, is the most fun you can have in Destiny 2. Just keep going till you get stopped. That's pretty much it. So hopefully I'll see y'all in the next one, dudes. If not, I'll catch y'all next time in space.